What's up, guys? Back with another one. I want to do kind of a life vlog, or just kind of a bunch of things that are just rolling around my head, kind of thing. I'm gonna be one thing. I'm definitely the weather's warming up. I'm gonna be doing some outside vlogs, which I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to doing that because this overlay is a bit, it's just what I have to do, but I know it's shitty. I want to talk about a few things I need to do. For some reason, I don't even know why I said this when I said it, but it was just a very uninformed prediction that I made about Donald Trump daddying America, and I was just wrong about that, and so but I think at the time I did say this is a small chance that this is going to happen, but for the good, to look at the good parts of things than that, and so I guess it wasn't that bad. I wasn't like, oh, this is going to happen no matter what. Or maybe I did. Either way, I was wrong. I honestly can't remember exactly what I said, but I was wrong either way. So, yeah, and I don't even know what to say about him anymore because it's everything is just going on behind the scenes. 90% of it's just like an iceberg. It's not like how it was when he was running, because everything had to be public because he was talking to the public. You know what I mean? And so it's a lot easier for anybody to commentate on that because you're kind of talking back to him, in a way, because he's talking to the public. I'm not even in the United States, so he obviously wasn't talking to me, but you know what I mean. The point is that the information is out there. He just said it, and that's what it is. And so, I can talk about his fucking stupid speeches or whatever I can talk about his speeches or his press conferences with the Israeli Prime Minister, with the Canadian Prime Minister. I think the Canadian, I guess just because I'm from Canada, I guess I should talk about that, but Justin Trudeau, I watched little snippets of it. I didn't really, I'm kind of I just fucking politics, man, is wearing on me. My heart just hurts or something. I don't know what it is. I just need a break, I think. I just need I just have the very tendency of doing that where I just get wrapped up in things easily. But anyways, so yeah, about Trump, he is, okay, if I can just say what I'm thinking, I guess. He is super desperate, in my opinion. He, as of today, as of right now, and I'm going to be uploading this tonight, so same day, but he is desperate, and everybody knows that. I don't really have anything new to say because people have said it, kind of thing. I usually just say news that I see but I don't hear, and I can't really say anything that I haven't heard already. Do you know what I mean? And I don't just want to completely parrot something, because that's just it's no fun for me. I don't I'm not here to just carbon copy other news and then hopefully I will never be as big as them. You know what I mean? If I, not that I really have any high expectations for this channel, but what I mean is it's not about being big. It's then what's the fucking point if you're just copying shit? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I think he is he is just, I don't know. He's just desperate, and people are starting to turn on him. And the most interesting thing that I've seen, the most concrete thing, because everything else, that's why I don't feel like I can talk about that much, because like everything is just a smokescreen. You know what I mean? Everything is just like, oh, everything happens behind the scenes, and then they tell you about it, and then like whoever believes that, like, I don't know, but it's like I don't know what it is. It's like kids who have taken over a playground at a school, and the kids tell the teachers what to do, and the kids, do you know what I mean? And so the kids like go and do something, and then like the kids run everything on the playground. They're like, I don't know what I'm even saying, but they're just a bunch of kids. It's just like, it just makes me lose faith in humanity, honestly. Fuck, it's so sad. But I gotta say one thing, the positive, hopefully the positive out of it, like, which is a good thing, like, this is, like, Trump, for me, is a litmus test to make an uninformed guess, again, if I can do that, but to make an uninformed guess on what's gonna the future of kind of North America, at least, or the like, anyways. So if Trump did what he did, and the resistance against him was not strong enough to overtake him, then the paradigm would just change. Like, at that point, then it just changes. It's like, okay, we tried, we can't, so this is what we're left with. And that is that like makes my heart sink even thinking about that. So it's so good that I get the sense that Trump is desperate. Like, that honestly makes me feel so good, because that means whatever is happening behind the scenes is working, is getting to him, and is making him feel not so comfortable in his seat. And so that's the only thing that I can say that I haven't heard, actually. Okay, so on a completely different topic, no more politics, on to my personal, like, just my own whatever I talk about. This is about girls, actually. I have gone through some crazy changes in the last year, and I've dated some people and whatever, and so I guess this is not about girls. This is about my anxiety. This is about that, and I really actually want to talk about it, because not in a weird way, just in the way of, like, I feel like I can describe it now, kind of, and it's not just like I feel like I kind of understand how it works. And for me, at least, I've been learning, really trying to learn more about myself, and about, like, because I really have something going on, and I don't know what it is, and it's I think if I were to put a label on it, I really don't want to do this, but I think I have low level bipolar, and I think I have moderate depression, and I think I have severe anxiety. That's what I would say for everything. So, like, the bipolar is like in the background, kind of, but I'm aware of it. You know, I don't think about it on a daily basis, but do you know what I mean? Like, what I mean is the changes, like, what is different about someone who has bipolar than someone who doesn't, and knowing that difference, and then if you see similar things in your own life, then you might be able to come up with an educated guess, which is what I'm not steadfast in anything I've done, anything I've said. I mean, I should also say, just on a completely different note, I've said some complete horseshit on this thing. The thing about the generations and how the baby boomers are terrible, it's that, yeah, but there's more to it than that as well. So, like, that is, I still kind of, to a certain extent, probably not the majority of what I, like, they don't deserve more than 50% of the blame for what I blame them for, is what I mean. So, anyways, back to anxiety. I started talking to somebody a couple days ago, and okay, I have these people in my life, and I don't know why, and I don't know why it happens, and I really don't. But there's like something that happens when I meet certain women that I just like, and it is not looks. Trust me, it is not looks, because there's hot women and I do not feel that way. Or, you know what I mean, like, whatever somebody might, they're like classically hot, I don't know what you want to call that, but, and so anyways, and this is going to tie into my dating habits as well, which is kind of interesting, but, but it's mostly the anxiety. Anyways, I have this anxiety, and how it works with me is, maybe other people, when they go into unknown situations, it's like, oh, that's an unknown situation, not sure. I don't really know. I can't really describe it, actually, because I can only describe my own thing, I guess. So how it is like, I've had times without it, and so that's how I know when it's there. It's like, oh fuck, like, there it is, kind of thing, so it is, and so it ties in with this this woman I was talking to. Woman, I always say girl, but I feel like I'm like old enough that it's like weird for me to say girl, but I still just want to say, because woman is like, seems too much. I don't know. It's a weird thing. There's no middle ground there. Anyway, so when I'm doing something, I don't know what it is, like, there's different things that make me feel it, and most of it is meeting people. It is 99% about people, and I get this fear in my chest that like clenches, and it makes me excited and energetic, but afraid at the same time. And so it's an overwhelming thing, and I have a really, I just, like, sometimes I just need to like ride it out, and it's like torture. It's like terrible, and I guess that's what would be a panic attack. And I didn't realize that I had those, because I live in an area that is conservative, and conservative areas are not, they don't really view mental health things as a medical condition. They see it as it's a social thing for them for some reason. So I don't know, they just don't think about things, so they just, first thing that comes to mind, that's what they come up with. Conservatives, I'm saying, it's like, what's the easiest way to explain this away that makes me feel good? Alright, let's do that. It's fucking weird. But anyways, so growing up, I kind of like felt bad about it, or like I just ignored it and thought there was something wrong with me, and I also thought that everybody else felt the same way, but I just wasn't good at dealing with it. Like I'd say that's really fundamentally how I've felt most of my life. And I gotta be honest, realizing that and saying that is like a relieving thing. And it's not like I'm like, oh, now I don't have to try to do that. It's not like a laziness. It's like, okay, like it's not my fault. It's like I need to forgive myself for it. You know what I mean? That's kind of what that is. So, which is a good thing. And so, I've been talking to, I'll just call her a girl. She's 26. And I don't know, like we're very similar. Like I really, like I think she's attractive, and I think she's very smart, and I think she's cool, and I think she's like, I really like her. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't, like those boxes don't get ticked for me very often, all at the same time. And so, and she seems to like me. So, I get this, like, today, like, this is embarrassing for me to say, but I just feel like I need to, like, this channel is for me to just get out my fucking thoughts. I'm not trying to sell anything here. I'm not trying to do anything other than that, really. If I do anything, then it's like a rare occasion. But the whole idea is for me to kind of, it's like a diary, kind of. You know what I mean? There's nothing really more to it. But yeah, and so we, like, I know, like, I know it seems like I'm getting more excited than I am, but that's literally the anxiety. So let me explain. So we talked last night, and it was just the first talking. And so this will give you an idea. Like, I'm not like, I'm not in love with her. I'm not overly, like, we've talked once, like, over text. It was not even a big deal, but we had a connection, and I felt like that's something that I want to pursue. Do you know what I mean? So that's no more than that. That's what it is. And last night, like, talking, like, I get excited, but I also, like, start thinking, and then it's just like I was just completely overwhelmed. And then today I woke up, and I don't think I was sick. I think, like, I was so fucking anxious, I threw up twice today. Because my chest was like, I felt like I was like, I didn't feel like I was dying, but I had the fear like I was dying. You know what I mean? Like that, maybe you don't, and neither do I actually, but it's like, maybe I shouldn't say that then, but it's like just a very large fear, and it's just overwhelming, it's just distracting, and it's like, I can't focus on anything else, I can't get it out of my mind. It's not like I'm thinking of something, and then it makes me do that, which kind of is true, I guess, because I'm thinking about that, but it's like such an overwhelming thing that I just don't have control over that. It's like, throughout it, I'm telling myself I need to stop thinking about this, and I need to, like, go and do yoga, go and do walks and whatever, and that helps quite a bit. But, like, I meet someone that I like, and then I'm so anxious the next day that, you know what I mean? And maybe that goes to, like, I don't know, I've never been like that, though. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but, like, I think part of it is 100%, like, without a doubt, that I do like her. There's no question. It's just that feeling that you get when you meet somebody that you like, and it's like, yeah, it's just a mutual thing, kind of. You know, it just is a. It's just a connection, kind of. That's all it is. So that, for some reason, I get so anxious about it, and I really don't know how to deal with that, and I don't know, like, how does anybody deal with that? I have no idea, because you can't see it coming. You can't, like, if you're preparing your whole life for that, you're gonna drive yourself crazy, like, or to avoid it. You know, you prepare everything to try to avoid that happening. It's like you're just living in a bubble or something, and so, which kind of explains my situation. But like, it is, I'm finding I have to convince people that I have this. Like, they think this millennial fucking thing against millennials, where they just think millennials are, or they put on the news and they make it seem like millennials are just like these weird, sensitive people, or I don't know what, like, they're just like trigger all the time or something. And I guess, like, I fit into that, but it, like, fucking pisses me off because it's real. It's like, fuck you. If I could, like, this is not, like, how you, like, oh, that shit fucking pisses me off more than anything. When the news, when I, like, what I'm talking about is when I see on the news, like, they just make fun of millennials, making it seem like they're this or that. I really disagree with it. Like, it's like to say millennials are lazy and jobless. Well, this generation has less opportunity than the previous one, with more people. So we have less jobs, more people. Of course, there's going to be more fucking unemployment. Anyways, I don't want to get too worked up about that, but I just, like, I'll say this, with work, I've dealt a lot with the older, like, my parents' generation, for work, selling, kind of just selling to them and just dealing with them. That was the main people I dealt with, was that generation. And I really, this is this has no, there's no resentment from selling to them, because I did okay doing that, but, like, I really have very little respect for that generation. And I know it's like a bad thing to say, and it's a bad thing to feel, and it's not correct, it's not right, and it's not, you know, it's not well thought through. It's a kind of, you know, but I feel it, and I just don't like that generation. I don't know what to say. I just fucking don't. And so, I'm not going to go into reasons, but it's maybe something, I don't know. I need to let that shit go, I think, because it doesn't really matter. Like, I can't hold, like, that's very similar to racism, I guess, you know? You just hate the group because of, you know, a few people did some things, so I shouldn't do that. It's lazy on my part, but I'm fucking, I don't know. Yeah, well, anyways, so that's a weird thing to throw in there, but yeah, I don't know. I've just had quite a bit of anxieties today, and it's been terrible, and I don't know. I hope, I really, like, growing up, I lived in extremes. Like, I wanted to experience the extremes of everything. Like, I shouldn't say it that way. Whatever I wanted to do, I wanted to do it to the extreme, I guess. I didn't want to experience everything. And so I did that, I guess, and I really pushed, and I like wanted something, I just went and got it and did it, and whatever. And now, after that, like I don't know, I'm thinking much differently lately than I have, 10 years ago, which is, I'm sure anybody in the world can say that, but um, what I mean by that is I'm really kind of aware of what I what I expose myself to cognitively. You know what I mean? I think part of what I described how I lived and with extremes before, I think I was kind of being and this, if this term doesn't make sense to you, I don't blame you. I literally made it up. But I was being consciously violent to myself. You know what I mean? It was like my consciousness. I was doing my consciousness no favors, if you know what I mean. Like my intuition. I don't know what you want to call it, but like that kind of part. I was doing it no favors by doing that because I was just pulling it left, right, and I hope I don't sound hope I don't sound crazy talking like this, um, but yeah, I mean, like, I just lately have been more kind of aware of things that, are healthy for me and are good. That's kind of just what I'm, like, healthy is a good way of putting it. Just healthy for you, and it doesn't need to be like fucking puppies and rainbows. I don't care, but it needs to be not self-serving and not yeah, well, I shouldn't say, I can't say what it should or shouldn't be, but uh, that's the point. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not trying to say what it should or shouldn't be. I'm fucking, I'm rambling. This was very good to talk about, though, and I need to do this more often, I think, because just for myself, I kind of hide myself away from everything, and this is a good way to share things that I might not be able to in my life, if you know what I mean. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I know it went weird in there. I'm a bit high, but I'm gonna post anyways. It's cool. Thanks for watching, guys. See you.